you know, another goddamn sequel show. Oh, what you know, another goddamn sequel show. La 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 la
All right, let's.
Hi, is this Levels? Can you hear me with your eyes?
Yeah, he's very good though.
But no, I just started
Yeah,
recording
super.
right off the bat, so
Yeah, but how do I sound, bro?
It's fine.
you're looking good.
Thanks.
Looking good.
Thank you.
I think everyone's looking good. I think
Thanks.
because it's pretty much the same as it was last time, so they should be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, the same as last time, as in
Same as it ever was.
Kyle's not here again.
Who?
Kyle, yeah. It's just an unfortunate time this week because he couldn't do Thursday, and then we tried Saturday. And he couldn't do Saturday, and that's today. And so it was like, all right, guess because he can't do it this week.
Again. For the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that, Kyle?
I'd like to chalk it up to bad luck, but
He
it's
doesn't
like
even work during the summer.
I mean, he kind of does, but
Yeah.
not really.
No.
Okay, you're right. He doesn't at all. He's literally sitting at home in his fucking underwear right now,
Probably.
not doing anything.
I mean, I would.
Honestly, what is he doing tonight?
I don't know.
Is he at a gala? Probably. That's what he does, like a
or
gala.
another diaper party.
Yeah, some
Diaper
kind of
party? What?
He had to
man.
go to a
It's like
diaper
a party where you go and drink beer with your friends and put diapers on and you just shit.
That sounds so fun.
You have to change each other's diapers.
Hell
and
yeah.
stuff. That's what a diaper party is.
And there's all kinds of games based on diapers too. Who can fill up a diaper the most? Who can throw a diaper the farthest?
Fill up a diaper the most. Oh, it's fucking disgusting. Kyle, you're a freak. What the fuck is wrong with you?
There's no way that smells good.
No.
There's a lot of people just shitting everywhere.
Fucking diaper parties, man.
A lot of first timers lose their lunch on the first diaper party.
Yeah, I mean, how do you keep a lunch?
You build up a tolerance. You get used to the diaper parties after a while.
Yes. Son, you got a lot of experience on this, do you?
Well, I've been invited to quite a few of them.
Posted a few myself.
Let's just say, when it comes to diaper parties in Loves Park, I'm kind of the guy.
in Loves Park. There's probably a lot of diaper parties in Loves Park.
Yeah. Where else would they be?
I mean, that is the city.
We
that
are
you-
the diaper party capital of the Midwest.
We have to of the world, probably.
Yeah.
Like, we have to be.
Yeah.
Oh man, how many toys did you buy today, Brian?
Let's
run it down for the
how
audience.
Many did I buy? 3?
know.
Was it just the 3?
I don't know, but you were very excited about it.
Ah, yeah, that place was tight.
What kind of toys
We
did you
went
get?
to Graham Cracker Comics in Madison.
Graham Cracker Comics?
Yeah.
That sounds like an awesome place.
Yeah, it's Graham Crackers.
Unfortunately, there's no graham crackers
Yeah.
in this fucking
Well,
place.
Graham
But there's
Cracker,
comics, right?
Graham
There
Crackers
are
is a
comics.
chain. It's a totally like a chain place, sort of, but they're all
okay.
like individually owned. I think because like when I was growing up, there was one in St. Charles. I believe it was St. Charles. I don't know. Fucking, I was a kid.
When you were growing up, I wasn't born, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I was going there when you were not born.
Yeah.
But
I was
yeah.
a jizz.
When I was growing up in the Reagan era.
Yeah, but they had a lot of good things in there, and I wanted all.
He
of
literally,
it.
we walked in and he's like, "Oh fuck," basically.
Yeah,
I want all
yeah.
the things.
I bought the Bad Blood Predator. I bought the what was it? Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream
Dream
Warriors.
Warriors.
Freddy. That comes with like a little his little house that they make at the beginning, and the puppet of him, and he comes with extra hands that are the syringe needles that he jabs into that hose arm.
I was just about
The
to say, he
hose
has to
arm.
have a swappable hand to
Yeah.
the syringe needles.
And he also has a head with like a X on it or something. I don't remember. And then what's the other one I bought?
This is an
Oh,
alien one.
Private Rico Frost
from
Aliens.
Aliens. I bought nothing.
All right.
Actually, I mean, technically, he bought it, but I got this Friday the 13th action figure.
Oh, right over there. I see it now.
Yeah.
Right underneath
From
the
the
Robocop.
final-
What
final
happened was one of the last times we were in Madison, he had pre-ordered it.
It had just came out when we went there.
He pre-ordered it, but then we found it when we were out, and he's like, "Well, I don't want to wait." So he bought it again, and I was like, "I'll take the other
yeah,
one."
I was gonna cancel my pre-order, and then he was like, "Well, I
he
want to
just
buy
couldn't
it."
wait. He couldn't fucking
Yeah,
wait.
and he wanted to buy it, but then it's like, "Well, I can't just buy it now."
Yeah.
So I was like, "I'll fucking just give you mine when it comes."
And here we are, toys.
So you got a free toy then? I don't
No,
know.
I got a-
he
Oh,
did
you
not.
just-
I'm not giving it to him.
Oh,
It's
no.
like $30.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
no, I will be paying him.
I was gonna say
I did buy the pizza tonight, however, so that let's keep that in
Balance
mind.
is
Yeah.
out.
Also, that like 60 cents that you gave me.
Yeah, I gave him like 60 cents today. Every time I got
it all
change,
adds up.
every time I got change today, I was like, "Here, just take it off." I'm just handing him like 3 pennies. I'm like, "Here."
Honestly, at that point, you should be paying him to take your change because change fucking sucks.
Dude, I have
Yeah,
literally.
but I bought a Predator coin bank.
That's true. So now you can.
I seriously did. It looks fucking awesome.
It
It's all
does look pretty
thermal.
tight.
It's like the thermal vision looking Predator, and god damn it, it
He's
looks
such
so
a
good.
fucking toy dork, dude. I don't know what happened. Like literally, it's been like a month. Like a month ago, you're just like,
Yeah.
I'm into toys now.
I mean, I can afford them now.
I mean,
That's what happened.
To be fair, you've always been into toys. Like we used to go to fucking when we both worked at UPS. We used to go to fucking Walmart and like look for GI Joes and shit.
Yeah.
So like it's always been a thing. But like now, you're just like
Now
out of
I can
control.
afford them.
You're just like out of
Yeah.
control, Brian.
I have money now. So
You
I'm
have a
like,
problem.
Fucking toys.
You have a toy problem.
No, right now it's not that much of a problem because I'm sticking to like just the NECA. Like,
I can't
Alien
wait.
and Predator
I
stuff.
cannot wait until it goes like even further than that.
Yeah.
You're just like, I bought a fucking this and that today. Holy shit!
I bought the complete collection of Alf, every pose.
Yeah. Would you go that far?
I mean, Elf was like it's probably not a good show, but I remember liking it.
I mean, you like it,
I have
don't you?
I have the complete first season on DVD. yeah.
cats?
Does it only have the one season?
Is it only one season?
I don't know. Is it?
No,
I'm
there were-
asking.
I don't know. There,
I
I
do
feel like
not
there were
know.
more,
I
but
know
I
that
don't
you
remember.
said, or was it you that said it was ended abruptly or whatever?
Yes, it ended on a crazy cliffhanger where it's like he gets caught by the FBI or CIA or something like that, and they were planning on like
Explaining it.
going further with it.
But then
Like
it was
here's
just
the
over
cliffhanger.
with.
But yeah, but then the season never got renewed, and so it was like, oh, I guess that's the series finale.
I would
now.
love
Hell yeah.
that ending. All right, so I got a couple sequel news things. I
Ooh,
guess.
all right,
I mean, they're
cool.
not that interesting. I just wanted to have something. So, Jurassic World sequel
Yeah.
has a title on a poster. Did you-
Yeah, it also has a tagline with "Life finds a way," which
Life
I
finds a way.
think is kind of like a hint. This is gonna have Jeff Goldblum in it.
Yeah, I think he is going to be in it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like, oh, I fucked up not being in the other one.
I
Dude.
chose Independence Day.
Jurassic World was horrible. I know that it didn't. Were you the one that thought it was all right?
I think I don't like love it, but I think it was all right. I thought it was a completely serviceable
I
movie.
literally I saw it and I was just like, this is garbage. I hate
I
it.
felt like it was okay.
Yeah, to me it was on like the same as the Independence Day sequel. It was
I
like,
think
oh
the,
yeah,
Inde-
this is.
I think
this
the
is all right.
Independence Day sequel is better, but like in the sense that it was worse. If that makes sense. Like I had a lot more fun watching the Independence Day movie than the fucking Jurassic World movie.
To me, those two are like on completely the same page.
I mean, they kind of are, but I'm
just
just
to
saying,
me though.
yeah.
Like I would watch them for the same reasons.
So I don't know if it was the director, but I read like some article about Jurassic World, and he said it's going to be like a Spanish horror thriller with dinosaurs.
what?
Exactly.
What does
I have
that
no
even
I
mean?
have no idea what that means. I just thought that was like the most ridiculous thing.
To be
I've ever
fair,
heard.
Is it
I
gonna be
haven't
Wreck?
seen many
Are they
Spanish
just like,
horror films.
are they just gonna make Wreck with dinosaurs? 'Cause
I have no
I'd
idea.
be cool with that too.
I
Like
have no idea.
those are good movies. I don't.
Next in sequel news, there's a trailer for the new Flatliners. Have you guys seen that?
Oh yeah,
Nah.
yeah, I did. It's got
Yeah,
Ellen
like-
Page in it,
Yeah,
right?
like I mean, I don't know. I'm not like a huge
Well,
fan of the original
she's-
one, anyways. But
Kevin Bacon. Isn't Kevin Bacon in the original?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
What wasn't he in at that
I mean,
time?
he was
when
in-
movies were made, then he was the guy.
He was in a lot of movies.
He was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer. It looked okay. It looks. A lot of people are like upset about it. Like just like when anything new comes out,
Mhm.
you know, people are like, oh.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm upset with it, but it looks to be less interesting to me
Oh, I'm sure.
than
I
the
mean,
original.
I mean, it's definitely going to be less interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's for sure. It's absolutely going to be less interesting. And then finally, Ron Howard is taking over directing of that shitty fucking Han Solo movie that no one gives a fuck about.
I'm pretty sure people
Good
give
for
a
Ron
lot of fucks
Howard.
about it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
I
just
mean, I
like
don't.
it just like
I
seems
just-
like a stupid idea, and who gives a fuck? I don't know.
Yeah.
Han Solo getting his own movie.
Why? For what? Like that wouldn't even. That's not going to be good. The reason that Han Solo is good is because he's like this funny like sidekick guy.
Yeah.
Like
He
don't
plays
give
a
him
good
fucking
thief
movie.
with a heart of gold, but
Yeah.
I don't know if you can like. Isn't that? Can you
do a whole movie? I don't.
like how far does the movie go like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
And how early are they going? Are they going to do like the lead
Teenage
in?
Han Solo
Well,
getting in fresh out of space high
I
school.
was almost thinking they would do it to like with the Jabba back angle.
Oh yeah, why
Maybe.
Jabba's after
I mean, I
him.
have no idea, but that seems like the only thing that would make
That
sense
would be like
to me.
the only interesting
Yeah.
thing.
Because
I don't
like,
know.
why does Jabba hate him? I mean, he
Mm-hmm.
threw cargo or whatever. I don't fucking remember.
My-
Like-
the one thing I think they would end up doing if they go that angle is it's like they would have this whole complete movie about Han Solo, and then in like the last 15 minutes he does something to piss off Jabba the Hutt,
Yeah.
and then it runs
Probably.
right into
Yeah.
New Hope. That's my guess. But for all we know, they could do some original concept that you go, oh wow, I wish this wasn't a Star Wars movie, and it was just
Which is kind of like, well, that's interesting because
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, dude, fuck Star Wars. I don't care. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah. I know a lot of people are really into Star Wars universe and stuff like that. Like, oh, there's so many stories to tell.
Yeah,
I'm
read
like,
a fucking
well,
book. Who gives a fuck?
was
Stop
just-
making the movies.
You can tell that story without having to go to Disney for it. Like, that's the thing that I don't like is I feel like it's just gonna be a pool of like, oh, here's a cool script. Let's Star Wars it now.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. I just don't care about Star Wars, dude. I'm so over it. I'm so fucking over it. All right, should we talk about our movie now?
I guess.
What movie do we? What movie?
What
do we
movie
do?
was it? I
What
don't
was
even
it?
remember.
What was it?
What did it do? Do you guys remember the movie?
I mean, kind of. We literally just watched it again.
Oh, you did?
Sort of.
I mean, sort of.
It was on.
I was basically falling asleep during it, but
Oh, was it like on TV or something?
No,
like
it was
right here.
on
It was on the
that
TV,
TV right behind
directly
you.
behind your head.
Yeah.
Well, it was Evil Dead 3: Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness.
Oh, Darkness.
What happens in this movie?
Well, right off the bat, we get a nice little recap of what happens in Evil Dead 2/1.
Yeah.
Where Ash talks about going to a cabin in the woods, finding an evil book. A bunch of spirits come out, take his hand, take his girl, and throw him back in time to the Middle Ages.
Yep.
And when he gets thrown back in time in the Middle Ages, he's immediately taken prisoner, as any person would be, and he is thrown into a pit with an evil demon in it. But he gets his chainsaw back, and he's able to fight off the evil demon and escape, and proves how badass he is.
Damn,
So
did you memorize this one? You're not looking at your phone at all. This is
I
crazy.
I know this movie
Oh,
pretty
okay,
well.
You're just more familiar.
Yeah. And he proves how badass he is, so everyone immediately starts worshiping him. They tell him, you got to go bring back our Necronomicon book. So they send him out on the quest because the book can send him back to his real time.
Yeah.
While also helping save the world or whatever, but he doesn't care about that. So he goes out on the quest, and along the way, he swallows a tiny evil version of himself, which makes him split into two, and then he kills... This sounds weird, but it's... Then he kills the evil part of him that split off, chops it up into little pieces, and buries it half alive. Then he ends up in the cemetery where the books are, and he's able to get the book, but he doesn't say the right words, and so taking the book without saying the words summons the army of the dead, and the army of the dead is being led by the evil version of him that he chopped up into little bits, but the little bits reassembled. And that army is now marching onto the castle gates. He makes it back, and he tells them, send me back in time, but they can't do it, or they won't do it because he's an asshole. And then his girl gets kidnapped, so now he's like, oh, now it's personal. We got to defend the castle. And so using his future knowledge and his future technology that came back with him, because his car fell through the portal with him, he's able to fight back the evil hordes, kill the big bad guy.
I thought you were going to say evil horrors.
Yeah,
So I was like, Jesus.
Same.
Fight back the evil dead, save the day, save his girl, and get sent back to the future, where he's just a regular guy working at
It's
S-Mart.
the present.
It's the present. dude.
It's the future of the past, which is the present.
Which is the present. But
And
then
that is-
but
that
then
is-
some other shit happens.
And then the movie starts.
Yeah, that's where the movie starts, right there. So, how do you guys feel about the series in general? Like, how are your thoughts on Evil Dead? How are your thoughts on Boomsticks and whatnot?
Well, I mentioned when we were talking about Texas Chainsaw, me and my friend did an all-nighter horror movie, and we watched Texas Chainsaw and Evil Dead. And while I could sit through Chainsaw, I couldn't sit through Evil Dead. I was too scared of it, and I had to leave.
That's so weird because, like, to me, these movies are like very unscary.
Looking back, it's not scary, but as a little kid, that just kind of shows you how not scary Texas Chainsaw is.
Yeah,
That
I
as
mean,
a little
yeah.
kid, I was able to sit through it just fine. But then Evil Dead scared the
I
original
don't know
Evil Dead
though,
scared
man.
me.
I feel like I agree that Texas Chainsaw Massacre isn't scary now. I feel like when I was a kid, I would have totally thought that was at least more scary than Evil Dead. But anyways, continue. I
but-
digress. I think I don't know what that word means, but
But I do it.
yeah,
You
but I'm
digest.
doing it currently.
Then much later on, I eventually saw Army of Darkness, and I saw it as a preteen, and it's like the movie made for a preteen Mike, because there's
I mean,
fantasy
a
set.
preteen. Anyway, that describes it perfectly.
Yeah, it's pretty much for preteens
It's
only.
it's a
We
movie
got
made
a-
for preteens.
We got a fantasy setting, an arrogant asshole hero. We got
It's basically Star Wars.
cool fights.
It's kind of Star Wars.
And then we got, like, one shot with about 3 seconds of almost bare boob. So it's like that's the movie for preteen Mike right there. And so I loved it. And then later on I found the other two, and it's like, I like those more, but we'll get into that probably. But it's like, it's still looking back on it, it's still a fun time, still a goofball comedy. Yeah, slapstick. That's the other thing. Slapstick.
Slapstick.
Preteen Mike loved slapstick, and so
Why
that
can't you
was
just say
something else.
slapstick?
Yeah, why are you adding letters?
Why are you adding all these H's and stuff?
Because I just can't say
Slapstick.
things. Preteen Mike loved it, so that's another thing that I love about it.
Yeah, I could see you loving these movies. I don't know. I've never been a fan of any of them, really. I've seen all of them. I'm not into... I was trying to explain it earlier when we were in Madison,
Yeah.
but, like, I'm not a huge fan of goofy movies that are intentionally trying to be goofy. Unless it's a comedy, then that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
Like, I guess this is a comedy, kind of, but, like...
yeah. It and Evil Dead 2 are totally comedies.
It's just like too goofy for me. I don't know. Like the whole series is just too goofy. It's just like I got one-liners. It's just like I don't know, man. It never meshed with me. I don't know. It never scared me. I don't know. There's some cool effects, obviously, like the effects and like how they made the first one is cool. But it's just I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the series in general. I've
Yeah.
never been that into it.
I like the first two. I don't. This is just not.
He's
I
already
liked it as like a teenager. Like as a preteen and all that
For a
shit.
preteen.
I own the same copy that I've had since then. Like
Oh, is this the same tape?
yeah.
Damn.
I actually have
Wow.
2 copies. The one that I picked up was
Vintage
like
tape.
a month ago. I have a bunch. I have a few. I have the original, like my copy of The Day of the Dead and Dawn of the Dead and fucking
Evil Dead.
Whatever, it has nothing to do with this. No, I actually don't. I only had Army of Darkness for a long time, but I don't know. I don't like it now.
Okay, like
But
I'm just
the
gonna,
remake is tight.
I see. I haven't seen the remake. Have you
I
seen the
haven't,
remake?
I have not seen the Evil Dead remake.
Almost everybody that I've talked to says it's good.
I like it.
So
have to
there's
check it out.
there's some like stuff that's not good about it, but they say
Well,
it's good. in general.
there's a lot of movies that don't have good things in them.
I mean, I'm gonna say like 99.9% of every movie that's ever been made has at least something not good in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, actually, I'm gonna say every fucking. I can't think
Yeah,
of one
every-
movie except for RoboCop, but
Yeah.
I can't think of a thing. Think of a bad thing in RoboCop. Yeah, see?
I think they reused the same scream a couple times.
That's not bad. That's fine.
Okay.
They probably do it more than a couple times, man. It's probably just the same scream the entire movie.
That would be really bad, actually, if it was the same scream the whole movie.
Have you seen the they did this thing where like people would remake scenes of RoboCop, and then like
Oh yes, the one that I've seen some of them.
have you seen the one where the RoboCop just keeps shooting dicks
dick?
off?
Yeah, all, nothing but
It's
dick
so
shooting.
good.
Yeah.
Just dicks exploding.
Yeah,
in the
and then
entire
all the
scene.
guys come running in, and all their dicks are out, and he's
yeah,
just like
he's just
targeting all of
blowing
them
off
and-
dicks
yeah.
the whole time. So fucking funny. It's hilarious. That's literally the same scene. It's just more dicks. That's in the original
Yeah.
RoboCop. Only there's more dicks in it.
I will take you to a trauma center.
God, dude, it's so fucking funny. But yeah, okay, back
Okay,
to
Evil Dead.
Army of Darkness. Let's
Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness. I'm gonna just jump in right away. Any movie that's set in like medieval fucking bullshit times is already like that's check one of like I don't want to watch this movie no matter what. Like,
Except for Black Knight.
okay, Black Knight is pretty tight.
Yeah.
But the movie starts basically with him like walking through sand and like a horse, and it's just like I am bored already. Like 3 seconds in the movie, I'm just like, oh, I'm so bored. Just something. The aesthetic of that just like bores the shit out of me, and I just can't get over it. I can't get over it. I couldn't get over it the entire movie. And I don't know. That's just a me problem, obviously, but I just can't. I can't do that.
And to the movie's defense about that, it's really the bookends that have a lot of the medieval stuff. You got the start with all the guys in armor and stuff like that. Then you got the ending where it's like the big castle siege. But like all that shit in the middle, the quest for the book, it's like it doesn't look too medievally.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely parts where it's not too medievally. It's just like right off the bat, I'm just like, ugh. It's just like I see that and I'm just like I don't want to watch this, and then I'm just like in a bad mood.
No,
and
I
then-
can see that. There's a lot, like, I got a friend that hates post-apocalyptic settings.
That's crazy.
So it's
That
like if
is
there's
insane,
anything
yeah.
that's like a post-apocalyptic setting, he's already like kind of
Is he
not
terrified of the
into it.
future?
Yeah, man. Is he afraid
No,
of
he
the
just
future, man?
doesn't find it to be an interesting setting. It's like he
That's
feels
so
like
weird.
he feels like he knows what's going on.
Is he like
just
not like
based on that.
Terminator?
Well, Terminator's got time travel. It's
Yeah,
like
but there's like a
post-apocalyptic
bunch
for,
of
like-
it after you see the things with the tank rolling over the skulls and stuff. Is he scared of that?
I don't think it's a fear thing. I can't.
I
Speak.
mean, I'm scared
not
of that.
him, so
It's
I can't
terrifying.
speak for him.
Hey,
I'm just
whoever
saying,
this
like,
is, whoever Mike is talking about, you're a pussy. What the fuck is your problem?
he probably doesn't even listen to this.
No. Well, you're an asshole then. Fuck you.
No, you're a good guy.
Who is it? What's his name? Is it Kyle Owen?
I'm not gonna say.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't like you. I hate you. Whoever it is, I hate you. No, but yeah, medieval stuff. I don't know, man. Fucking,
It sucks.
knights and armor
Yeah,
and
it
horses
sucks.
and shit. It's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Why couldn't we have just done this in any other time? Any other time but this. Why?
Because he goes to the past. That's
I
the
mean,
thing.
there's other pasts though. Why does it have to be that? I don't know. It just
They
didn't
all,
do
I
it for
feel.
me.
I mean, they all would have sucked.
Yeah,
What else? I mean,
Probably.
unless he went back to Nam.
yeah,
that would have
Vietnam.
been tight.
That would have been sick.
All right, yeah,
That would have been really tight.
goes to Nam to find the Necronomicon.
Yeah, man.
yeah. They probably
And
got
it's just
one.
it's just a Vietnam movie with
Probably
fucking
got
Ash.
Yeah.
That'd be I'm literally writing this movie in my head right now.
Let's do it.
Army of Darkness 2,
I think
Nam
for,
67.
I don't know about medieval era, but I
67.
know
When did
him
the
being
Vietnam War
from-
start?
I have no idea. I'm bad at history.
A
Okay,
while
anyways.
ago.
I was gonna say that the one thing that works to the movie's benefit is that he's got a gun. No one else has guns,
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
and so it's like it kind of gives him that edge over everyone else.
He's got a boomstick.
He's got the boomstick. He knows about gunpowder and about making mechanical arms. So it's like he's got that edge.
Yeah.
On all the
Somehow knows
primitives.
how to make a hand that works.
Yep.
I mean, how do you know that? How do you know about that?
Well, when he opens his trunk, you see he's got the chemistry book in there, and he's got like a couple
Was
other
that-
books about engineering and
I doubt that they
mechanics.
were like, this is how you make a hand.
I mean, that's true. Like, what they're like, here's a hand. This is
No,
how you
I
make
thought
it.
he made it. Like he was doing everything for it, and he was putting all the parts together.
I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know. Why is he so smart? How do you get so smart?
Because the movie needs him to be
He,
smart.
he
Dave.
works at fucking S-Mart.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Like, shouldn't he be like a scientist?
Well, he had those books in the back of his truck to like.
How long did it
shrunk.
take him to make this hand? Because
Yeah.
like he did it pretty fast, seemingly.
Honestly, I want the movie to be about him trying to make that hand.
the whole? It's like
The
it's a
whole fucking-
montage where it zooms in on every
Yeah.
shot.
I
Though.
want the whole movie to be that.
Sounds good.
The whole fucking movie. He's like, ah!
It probably did take like an hour and a half at least.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like that
So,
could be the whole movie. Is
a
him
real-time
making the
movie.
I
hand.
mean,
Yeah.
at least like it's probably in the medieval. It took that long to fucking start a fire.
Yeah.
Before we get too far into the movie, there's one thing
Because
right at
I'm
the be-
in too deep and I'm trying. Sorry.
There's one thing right at the start that I want to get out of the way.
Okay, do it.
I normally don't notice this kind of shit in movies, but I noticed a cable holding up
I did not notice.
Bruce Campbell as he was being thrown, like when he's hanging on the door and he's like being
Yeah.
pulled into the portal. As he's dragged away into the portal, there's one shot where it's the cable's completely clear and visible.
I did not notice that.
It's, I
didn't.
normally don't notice, like there could be a boom mic in a shot, I won't fucking notice it, but somehow I noticed the cable and I just had to get that out of there. Is that like
I definitely didn't,
there's
but
a cable
also I
sticking
had to like
out.
force myself to pay attention to this boring ass movie.
Yeah,
So
I also had to force. I've watched it twice, and you just did that synopsis, and I was like, I don't remember some of this stuff. I'm
yeah,
going.
it's like the third time this week that I've watched it, and I don't remember. I don't remember any of it really.
Can we?
Damn.
I mean,
It's
I
not-
do, but I don't. It's
You-
just like
Motherfucker.
what?
we do it
roommate.
later so we
We
can
do
avoid
it-
the alarm.
Dude, the alarm is supposed to go
That's
off
not-
at 8
that's-
o'clock.
That's my roommate. Ask me where I'm at.
Just what are you gonna say? You're gonna say fuck you? Say fuck
yeah,
you
I'm
right
gonna
now.
do that right
Type
now.
fuck you.
All right, I'll do it.
It's funny. It's funny how you respond to her. It's hilarious.
But the effects in general, it's like this movie came out late 90s.
was it late 90s?
It was late 90s, and the effects look like something
Wasn't-
from mid to late or
I
mid.
feel like
to,
it's early
Couldn't have
90s.
Oh no,
been
sorry,
mid to-
early
yeah.
90s.
Yeah,
It
early
was
That
early
doesn't make
90s.
sense.
But
Yeah.
regardless.
But regardless, the effects are definitely on the lower end, probably due to budget reasons.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm watching the movie thinking like, wow, these effects are like as good as Poltergeist, and I'm like, wait, Poltergeist came out 10 years
Yeah.
before this movie did, and like the effects are on par with Poltergeist.
Like a lot of the the little Ash, it's like you could tell it was clearly like a different image projected behind it, and then, it looked terrible.
Whether he's getting sucked in the portal or the tiny ashes, it's very clear what's going on. And then a
Oh
lot of the
my God, Brian!
She had to respond. 'Cause
Put it on your fucking lap.
all right.
and then the monsters and skeletons and makeup, a lot of it is just like
Some of the skeletons were just like not good looking.
no, they were
Some
they
of
were
was
bare
just like-
bones.
Yeah.
If you
Shit!
pardon the pun.
Oh my God! Wrap it up. That's the end of the podcast. We're done.
No,
So yeah, the effects weren't that great, and
They weren't terrible. I mean, like they
weren't
fit.
bad.
They fit. I
they
think.
fit.
Yeah, they fit.
that's what we can say about them is they
Yeah.
fit the movie
yeah.
the overall aesthetic of the movie.
Yes.
which is to be bad.
yeah. That's.
Which is to have not that much set dressing going on, and
I just can't get.
we
into
found a
movies.
castle. Let's fill it with hay.
Movies that are just like goofy piss me the fuck off. Man.
And see, that's one of the things I love. Is
I know.
love over the top goofy movies. Your Naked Guns, your Ron your
see,
Leslie
yeah,
Nielsen's.
I'm not into that kind of comedy, so it's just like.
And see, I love them. So
No, I know,
that's
yeah.
one of the things that I love about this. That whole cemetery scene is probably my favorite part in the whole movie. Like, he opens the first book, it's sucked inside. That's kind of a funny gag.
I mean,
but
I kind of like that.
the
that gag's
moment
pretty cool.
when he's picking between the last two books, he's like, I'm going to pick up this one. He's like, no, how about this one? He looks back at the other one like, you almost had me. And then he grabs the book and it just bites him, and there's a sudden, like, bah! Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's just, I can't, every time I watch that, I at least smile. There's no way I can't not smile when that happens. And
Yeah.
I most of the time laugh about it.
There's parts of it that I like. I definitely liked things in this, and I don't. This is the thing. I don't know how to explain it properly. Is like, I don't like this movie. There's parts to it that I like that I don't understand why.
Yeah.
Because they're not even good. Like I found a lot of the jokes and the one-liners where I was like, "That's funny," but I wasn't laughing.
You're
So
just
like,
like,
was
"That's
it
funny."
Was it funny? I don't.
That's funny.
Yeah. Was it actually funny, or am I just like, yeah, that's funny?
See, that's my problem. Is like a lot of it I don't think is funny to me personally, but I'm just like that's supposed to be funny, and I'm just like it's like kind of cringy to me. But I feel like it's supposed to be. I feel like it's supposed to be like it's over the top. It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I just can't. I don't
Yeah.
feel comfortable watching these jokes.
I think you're absolutely right about it's trying to be that way with the whole London Bridge is falling down
Yeah.
with like the little
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
my fair lady. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, man. What the fuck, dude?
But then I get other scenes where it's like he throws chopped up Ash into the grave, and the head is talking to him going, we will win, we will get the Necronomicon, you will lose. He's like, oh, you got something on your face. And it's like, huh? And then he just shoves a bunch of dirt
Yeah.
in its face, and it just makes me laugh every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
because
I
it's
mean, like
just-
that. I like that, but it's just like, I don't know. Oh, just
I think overall,
I don't-
I love Ash. I love the character Ash. I love a fish out of water story where the fish isn't some like know-nothing simpleton that's trying to be shown everything, and they're like, oh, and I don't get it, and kind of thing. That works for fish out of water stories. I don't like hate it, but oh my god, I love a fish out of water story when the fish is an arrogant prick.
It's a handsome, arrogant prick.
And the whole time he's just like, listen, you wouldn't understand, you idiot. And he's like, get the hell out of here. And yeah, just when he needed a coarse, uncomfortable blanket. And like,
Yeah.
just being a dick everywhere and being an asshole everywhere. And I love it. I love him for that. Because he doesn't, he's in a situation that he needs all the help he can get. And he's just like, fuck everyone.
Yeah.
I love it.
Did you ever play any of the video games?
I didn't play any of the
There
Evil
was-
Dead games, no.
There was one for PS2, I think,
Yeah.
that I played a little bit.
They made two of them, I think.
Yeah.
Because there was one of them was Hail to the King. Is that I don't remember
They
which
should
one.
make more.
I
Like, even though I'm not a big fan of the series, like, it's ripe for video games.
Yeah, it really
like,
is.
I don't know why there's not, like, a shit ton of those fucking video games. Maybe it's just rights or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
You
just
figure if
too too niche of a market or something.
I guess.
Possibly. I don't know. I mean, maybe they were like, hey, we already made a couple and they didn't sell very well.
Yeah, I guess.
But they also like weren't very good. So
yeah, I don't remember the one that I played being very good.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd hate to say it, but I imagine like someone comes up with a game idea and then go, oh, we can use that for the new Call of Duty or use that for the new Halo. I feel like someone would be like, hey, I have this idea for an Evil Dead game. They're like, how about we just take the idea and use it for something
Use that for
else?
something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the next Resident Evil game now.
Yeah,
actually.
one of the Resident Evil characters will have a chainsaw for a hand, and you'll
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
where this came from.
Yeah. You'd think it would be like good for a video game because all the one-liners and like goofy plots that you could. That would be. I feel like these movies. I want to play these movies.
I mean,
I don't want to watch them. I want to
like
play them.
basically Duke Nukem.
Yeah, I guess.
It was like that, and They Live, and all that
Yeah.
shit. Like,
Yeah, Duke Nukem quotes things like a son of a bitch.
That's true.
but
That is
they're
true.
yeah,
You know what? Fuck me. Who the fuck am I?
yeah.
Continue. I'll just shut up.
No, but you're right because it's like
I'll
this is
just
a whole
shut
different
up,
kind of
Mike.
thing. The guy's got a chainsaw hand. It could be a totally awesome like combo-based slash 'em up kind of game,
Yeah.
or it's like a tower defense type of thing. If he's in the cabin trying to fight back the Deadites, which I love that their name is the Deadites.
I mean, it's a pretty good name.
it
Deadites.
sounds like a video game thing.
It does.
Fight
Yeah,
back the
it really
Deadites.
I'm
does.
saying I
Yeah.
want to play these movies. I don't want to watch them. I want to play them.
Yeah.
And I do want to give Army of Darkness some credit as a sequel for doing something different, because Evil Dead 2 is pretty much Evil Dead 1 but funnier and
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2 is probably the best of the three
I
in
would
my
say so.
opinion,
I would
and
say so.
it's probably one of my more favorite horror comedies.
Yeah.
And it really does well in those areas, in my opinion, being both horror and comedy.
That's
And-
definitely my favorite in the series for sure.
Yeah.
And 3 just I think takes it too far in the comedy area where
I
it
agree.
starts to lose its steam.
It's like,
the,
ugh.
the jokes are funny, but only in some areas
Yeah.
and for so long before they start to wear thin.
Yes, I would agree. And just the medieval shit, man. Fuck off.
That
Fuck
didn't
off.
bother me.
Fuck off with that shit. I don't know, man. It's just so boring. It's just so boring to me. But okay, so let's go back to this. The end of the movie
Yeah.
is what I want the movie to be.
Oh, where
Yeah.
it's all happening in modern day.
Yes.
It's very good.
This is what I wanted this movie to be. I wanted it to be 10 minutes of the actual movie, and then he gets sent back to fucking present time, and then the rest of the movie happens in present time.
Kind of like how the movie starts with a recap of Evil Dead 2.
Yes.
And then everything's happening in medieval time. You would have wanted that recap to just keep on rolling.
Yes.
Let us know that he ends in the Middle Ages, gets the book, fights off the hordes, and then
And he's back. And
Or even start it when he gets the book.
yeah. How about that?
Start
How
right
about-
there.
How about fuck all that bullshit before that?
yeah, I could see that. Like, because the cemetery
Yeah.
scene for me is like the peak.
Yeah.
Is when he's like figuring out the books, forgets the 3 words,
Yeah,
and
start
fights
it
off
right
the
there.
skeletons. That's like the highlight.
That could literally
that
be the
whole
first scene of the movie.
Yeah.
I'm picturing it right now. That's
That'd
fine.
be starting the movie with a bang because that's like
Yeah.
the peak of
Yeah.
the movie.
Instead of starting it boring as hell.
boring as fucking shit.
You didn't like him fighting his way out of the pit.
No,
No.
not really.
I liked the blood geyser. I thought that was.
I mean,
good.
that was kind of funny.
It was all right.
Did you know this movie originally was going to get an NC-17 rating?
I did not know. I did see that there are like 4 different cuts of this movie, though.
Yeah, it originally was going to have an NC-17 rating because of him chopping off the head of the evil deadite in the pit, and they were like, "Oh, that decapitation, that's an NC-17." And then he's like, "Well, crap! It's like the studio wanted it to go all the way down to PG-13." But even with all the cuts, they couldn't. This movie released in theaters as an R, and you watch it now, and you're like, "This is an R."
Yeah.
There's a single F-bomb. There's
Yeah,
like
I couldn't even remember the one.
it's like when he gets the book and he's coming back into the castle and he goes, "Get out of my fucking face!"
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
like,
That's actually my favorite part of the entire movie is when he says, "Get out of my fucking face." I'm not joking. That part is awesome.
another part that I laugh at. Again,
Yeah.
this movie just has those beautiful moments of Ash in it, and
That is a great part.
and there's like hardly any blood. Well, I mean, there's a geyser,
But other
in the
than that,
beginning.
like the gore is not really.
Yeah.
yeah, the gore is very lacking, and compared to like the first 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like most of the time it's skeletons getting the shit beat out of them, and not even like gory, horrific skeletons. We're talking like Jason and the Argonaut skeletons, like these claymation stiff puppet guys. It's ridiculous that this is an R rating, is what I'm trying to say. It does not look like an R-rated movie, let alone it was briefly NC-17.
Yeah, that's insane. Just because of that one thing. It was
The
gonna be-
decapitation, yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That is ridiculous. That makes no sense.
Meanwhile, fucking the most recent Evil Dead had probably like things so much more horrible, and I wonder how much they had to tone down for NC-17.
I want to bring this up real quick before
What?
we continue. I just looked up Army of Darkness on Rotten Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
72%.
How?
I don't know if it's that high, but I definitely think it's in the
don't
positive
think-
range, and I guess that kind of
I would
spoils
give
my
it like
opinion of the movie.
I would give it like a 50, maybe 55.
I would
If
say
it's in the positive range, it's like 55. Audience score is 87%.
that's the cult following right there
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Even me being a big fan of this movie as I am, I can't give this movie an 85.
No,
This is not a B+ movie,
no. That's ridiculous.
but it's definitely, in my opinion, a good one. I think this movie's hella funny, and it makes me laugh every time I see it, even though I know the joke's kind of like the book biting his hand. I know it's coming a mile away, but every time the book bites his hand and he throws it back down, he goes, "You little, I'm gonna come back to you." I always laugh. I always smirk. I can't get it. I can't get enough of it. I love the character, and I want to watch the fucking show. Is it on
Is it
Showtime
Stars
or
or
Stars?
something like that? I don't know.
It's on one of the non-HBO
Yeah,
pay-per-view
yeah,
I haven't
channels.
seen it,
I
so I
haven't
don't
seen
know.
it either. I think people like it though.
I've heard great things about
Yeah,
it, and it
people
makes
like
me
it.
want to check it out when it comes to DVD.
I mean, they made toys, so people like it.
Okay, so one thing I like about this movie, Army of Darkness,
Yeah.
is I do like the cinematography. I like it's got that like it'll get super close up real quick. And
Yeah,
it's
the
got, like-
camera's so active.
yeah, I do like that about these movies. I think that's cool. It's just too bad it's in like a really boring ass setting. Couldn't be in like a more exciting setting.
You get the feel for the camera work in that first montage when he's putting together the hand,
Yeah.
and every single shot of the montage is thing happens and camera goes into it.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
And it's like every single thing.
Also, I like this. There's a review that I'm going to read on Rotten Tomatoes of this movie, posted on September 11th,
Damn.
Oh, Jesus.
2009.
Too soon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's too soon.
It was an
still,
anniversary,
But
yeah.
still, it was an anniversary. I'll probably take heat for saying so, but this flick kind of sucks. And that's
Wow.
totally, it's like I wrote that,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. So yeah, I thought that was a good review.
Huh.
I do have the parental guide, which I found pretty funny. Again, just like with Texas Chainsaw, this is out of 50. This movie only scored a 17.
What
out
was
of 50.
what was the Texas Chainsaw one? Do you remember?
It was in like 30 something.
So, yeah, it was more. It was
Yeah,
more.
yeah. But this one, for alcohol and drugs, it has a 0 because there's none. For profanity, it has 5 out of 10. One very faint F word. Other language like ass and damn used excessively.
Ass and damn.
A couple of
Damn
S
ass.
words.
Damn
That
ass.
damn ass.
For sex and nudity, it's got a 2 out of 10, and it cites directly the one shot of like almost bare boob
There's
that
some
preteen Mike
There's
loved.
some implications going on. In
Yeah,
it,
there's
though.
heavy implications of rape. So it gets a 2 out of 10.
rape.
Jesus, man. You said rape the most aggressive I've ever heard in my entire life.
Oh, and then frightening and intense scenes, it got a 4 out of 10. It's like, things are chasing people, a couple jump scares, but nothing crazy.
Frightening.
Frightening
God,
and
if
intense
this
scenes.
frightens you,
And then
you
its
got
highest
issues.
score is violence and gore, 6 out of 10s. Skeletons attacking a castle is cited as one of the violence and
See,
gore
like,
scenes.
even hearing those words together makes it like almost puts me to sleep. Skeletons attacking a castle. Like, god damn it, Army of Darkness. I don't like castles. They don't scare me.
I
Except
love
for, have you ever
about-
seen Castle Freak?
my
That's a
God.
pretty good movie.
Yeah. I'll
The-
say, what
the-
about,
the
what about like
violence
Dracula's
and gore.
castle?
I don't really give a fuck.
Spooky.
I don't give a. I mean, it's kind of spooky, but like Dracula's not scary to me.
I guess it depends which.
You have to
version-
invite
what
him into
version.
your fucking house, dude.
I don't know about that.
You do.
That's how vampires work.
You
They
have to
can't-
invite
They
vampires.
can't. They
It
can't
depends.
break and enter.
It depends.
I guess it depends on which movie you're
Depends.
watching.
Yeah.
I'm going with the classical
Lost Boys.
vampire. Yeah, Lost Boys.
With the classic
the
Lost
original.
Boys.
The original. Lost
We haven't
Boys.
done any
Yeah.
vampire movies yet. We'll have to do one at
Yeah,
some
we'll have
point.
to do one.
Lost Boys, Lost Tribe.
Yeah, let's do the same.
I've
I
never
will
s-
totally.
I've never seen
fucking-
that, so-
I might pick that.
I think there's way better vampire sequels we could do.
Yeah,
like
actually-
Dracula 3000.
Next week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa! Shut
Oh,
the fuck up.
Dude, fucking spoilers.
Yeah,
I don't
fucking
care.
don't spoil shit, man.
But the violence and gore section of the parental guide, the last sentence I think sums up. The whole movie is about fighting skeletons, so there is hardly any blood.
I was hoping that was going to be the end. The whole movie is about fighting skeletons.
I wanted that to be the end, but it finishes so there is hardly any blood.
I mean, that makes sense too.
but I love that line. The whole movie is about fighting skeletons.
It is. Man. Skeletons suck, dude.
They're just me without meat.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I heard something funny the other day. It's like, you're actually a skeleton trapped inside a human body or something like that is what people sometimes say.
I've never heard that.
You've never heard that? That
No.
it's like you're a skeleton that's trapped inside.
That sounds like
bunch of
something an
muscle.
insane person would say.
Well, I've got one that cranks it even insaner. You're actually a brain
Insaner.
trapped
Insaner.
inside of a skeleton that's trapped inside of a body of meat.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
What about your organs? You're just like organs.
Yeah, that's all just baggage your brain skeleton has to carry around.
Your brain skeleton.
Your brain's skeleton.
Uh,
Did you know this movie originally had a different ending?
I do, but what is it? I don't remember.
was it like
I
a
don't-
bad ending?
Well, it was.
Was it a
They're
not
like, we
good
can't
ending?
have a whole bad movie. We
Yeah.
gotta have something good.
Yeah.
in
Well,
there.
maybe you can decide if it was a bad movie. I know someone that would think it was bad, but he
Oh,
would
what
drink
is
the
that supposed to
potion.
mean?
Well, no, you'll see what I mean when I tell you. But he drinks the potion. He says the words wrong, and instead of getting a witch at the present time, when he says the words wrong, he sleeps too long, and he wakes up in a post-apocalyptic London.
That sounds fine.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Actually.
That also sounds good.
The one person that wouldn't like it is my friend that doesn't like
Well,
post-apocalyptic
yeah. I mean,
stuff.
I figured that. We didn't really have to go over that again.
Why would he
because-
wake up in London?
Because that's where the medieval thing was.
Yeah, but how'd he get there?
I don't know.
That's where he was.
Did the original
Was he
Evil Dead
in-
take place in London?
No.
No.
Huh.
Isn't it fucking middle of nowhere? That's
yeah,
not London.
In the middle of nowhere, not London.
But the potion specifically says it makes him fall asleep and then he wakes up in the future. So yeah, he falls
I mean, the
asleep in a
future
cave in
is
London.
fine, unless London is the whole world or
Well,
something.
London's the cave that he fell asleep in.
That
So it's like that's
doesn't
what
make
happened.
sense.
The portal transported him not just through
See,
time
I
but
mean,
through
I-
space. But the potion, only time. No transportation through
guess.
space.
I don't get it.
I don't buy
Honestly,
it.
it doesn't make sense to me.
Well,
movie-
that's why they didn't do it, Dave. They're like, you know what, Dave doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
this ending.
So
let's
make
just
this cool fucking.
That's unrealistic, guys.
let's just have the S-Mart ending.
Nobody can sleep that long.
Do you like the ending?
I do.
Because that's seriously my favorite part
No,
of the movie.
the ending is a great ending because it's him back to his job at S-Mart to kind of make it look like back to the normal,
Even though he's an
mundane
engineering
life.
marvel.
Yeah, exactly. Even though
He
he's the
still has
smart,
his fucking
he's
mechanical
the
hand.
smartest man that's ever existed.
But still works that smart.
Yeah.
He's
Shop
humble.
smart.
He's humble.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess.
No, I love that because it's like, it makes you think like, oh, he's back to the mundane life. He could have stayed back and been a king. Blah blah
then
blah.
bah!
But it's like, no, he's still a badass.
No, he was like, yeah, guys, I like working toilets and shit.
Yeah.
Give me some sugar, baby.
Yeah. See, I hate that shit, dude.
The one-liners.
I hate the one-liners. I just don't think that. Like I said earlier, I think they're just like cringy. Like if they were better, maybe I would be into that. Like I'm not opposed to one-liners in general, but like
But
these
go-
ones are just like.
Go back to being a teenage boy.
Well, yeah.
When that stuff was like, yeah.
I don't know. I was pretty smart when I was a teenager.
That's
No,
why I said
I'm just-
preteen, is because I was
Fine.
gonna say teenage, but I was like, well, teenage covers a long time.
Yeah, it's
Preteen
like-
makes it very clear the age span I'm
I
talking
was
about.
just figuring like 13 when you first find movies like this.
Isn't 13 a teenager?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
But it's on that cusp.
that's what I was
of preteen.
implying when I said teenager. It was like 13 or
Low,
14.
low teen.
Do you want to fucking fight, dude?
I do.
I will beat your ass.
He does. Don't chill. He just said he wants
I
to
will
fight you.
beat your ass right now.
Dave, I think you'd lose.
No, I will.
Like
fucking,
I'm your bro,
I
but
will
I think you'd
fucking.
lose.
I will fucking choke him to death, man.
I don't think so.
I
I
will
don't think that
choke
would
him to
happen.
death. I will choke him to death.
I think you get your hands around it, but I don't think they'd stay there long.
I mean,
Why?
I
What the
think
fuck is he
he's-
gonna do?
I think
the
you
fuck?
peel your hands off.
Do
man.
you have a switchblade on you?
Always.
No, you don't. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, okay. He has the joke is that he has a switchblade tattoo, which I did not think through before I asked that question, because he literally always has a
Do
switchblade.
you have a switchblade
on,
on
him.
you?
Yeah, he has a switchblade tattoo. So he does. I meant the real thing,
No,
because
I
you're
don't-
gonna fucking need it.
I don't carry it anymore because it's illegal.
You're gonna fucking need it, dude.
Meanwhile, I would just watch crying. Stop fighting.
Stop fighting! No, beat your ass too. I'll fucking beat both your asses.
You choke him to death, and then you just start kicking me on the ground.
Yeah, and you just ah,
No more.
kick you in the liver, dude.
No.
Damn.
That's my weakness.
I'll damage your damaged liver.
Tell your gastroenterologist about this.
So when do you know if you're gonna die from that or not?
Oh, I'm not gonna die. I already know.
I mean,
It's fatty liver disease. It's basically confirmed at this point. So I just gotta maintain the diet I'm already
Yeah,
on
but
for
what
the
happens
next year
if,
and a half.
What happens if it like stays the same?
Then it means that I haven't been doing a good job of my diet, and I'll have to probably have a more restrictive diet put on me.
What happens if it never, no matter what you do, It just never goes back.
Well, then I'll just have to always watch what I eat for the rest of my life.
Oh God, that sounds horrible.
Just like saltines and water.
That's probably not even good for you, man. Saltines, dude. Saltines are
Well,
bad.
it's really just avoid saturated fats and alcohols. So no cheeses, no high fat foods, and no alcohols, and that's about it. Everything else is
I
okay.
mean, alcohol is bad.
Mhm. Yeah, and I don't drink it anyway, so it
Yeah.
works out.
Yeah.
Or I don't drink it often anyway, so it works
Yeah.
out. It's just no cheese fucking sucks.
I mean, that's terrible because
That's-
cheese is like literally my
That's
favorite
like
food.
telling me, hey, Mike, you're going to have to shit standing up from now on. I don't know how I'm going to do it. It's going to be like a new
I
lifestyle.
don't think that would be that hard.
I feel like it'd be like running down your leg and shit. Like standing, not squatting,
No,
standing,
no, standing
up.
up
you just
straight.
can't,
Standing
you
shit.
can't like bend at all.
No,
Yeah, you have to
Oh.
stand up straight.
Oh, okay.
like you are shitting on your legs.
I don't know why I compared that to not being allowed to eat cheese, but
I mean,
to me
it
that just made
seems
sense.
it seems exactly the same.
Okay,
in my
good.
Opinion.
In my brain, that's what I
It
thought.
is exactly the same.
All right.
That is fucking
Yeah.
disgusting. I had to, for
Good
some
old diaper
reason, I
party.
took a shit here before you showed up.
Oh, jeez.
And for some reason, I'm usually, we talked about this on the talking show. We talked about our like wiping habits, and I don't stand up. I just like lift my ass cheek up and wipe.
Yeah.
But for some reason,
The
there
one
was like,
cheek sneak.
I like couldn't lean on something the right way in here. So I had to stand up and do it. And it's just, I don't understand how people stand up and wipe their ass, dude.
I think we went over it, but to me, as a little boy growing up, how many times do I say "to me" in a fucking episode? Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
you say a lot of things over and over again, but whatever.
When I was a little kid, I would have to stand
But
up so my
anyways.
mom could wipe my ass,
But
and so I
anyways.
just got used to doing that.
Wait, what?
When I was a little kid, I had to stand up so my mom or dad could wipe my ass for me because I was a little baby that couldn't wipe my own ass,
don't
and I just
remember
got
that
used
part
to
of my-
standing
my
up.
ass
Yeah, I
wiping
don't.
history.
I do not remember that,
That
far.
didn't like stick with me. I mean, I'm sure it happened, but like it's weird that stuck with you.
Nah, it stuck with me.
It's like a bonding moment.
Yeah, you're like, oh, thanks.
Well, no, to
Dad.
me it was just like, this is what happens. You stand up and then your butt gets wiped, and so I would just do that. Like I wouldn't think to not stand up beforehand, and it's just become a habit now.
I just like I don't understand how you do it comfortably. Like stand up and show me how you wipe your ass.
What? This is getting weird.
I just need to know. See, that just like looks weird to me.
Do you use that back and forth motion? You're just wiping shit back into your butt?
You just like getting shit in your fingernails and shit.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
It's all in the wrist. It's like a wrist movement.
So this is how good Army of Darkness
Really,
was.
really.
That we haven't even
just
talked
saying.
about it for a while.
Just how do you not just do this? I'm doing the motion. It's just so much easier.
No, that's fair. Everyone
So weird.
does their own thing.
Brian, how do you wipe your ass? Do you stand up?
I guess I get like a half squat.
For all those who
stand.
came here for Army of Darkness, I apologize.
We
It's
talked.
just-
We'll get back to it. I just wanted to know. I don't know how we got on this. Oh yeah, you talked about shitting standing up, and then I just thought about
which was
wiping.
about cheese, which was about my liver, which
Yeah.
was about you and Brian getting in a fight. Which
Yeah. By the way, shut the fuck up. I'll beat your ass.
why are you even mad at him? I already forgot.
I don't remember. Why am I mad at you?
I don't know.
He was talking shit, probably.
It sounds like something I would do.
Yeah, whatever it was, he was talking shit for sure. God damn it.
There's one final note I have, and then that's it. I've already burned through all my notes on
I mean,
this
we
movie.
can. I think the last thing that we were talking about was how good the ending is,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah,
how the rest
yeah.
of the movie is shitty as fuck. And
Which I disagree with.
It's the best summary.
yeah, the ending's great.
The ending's really good, and then the rest of it's just
Ready-
shit.
The rest of it's just shit. Except for that one line where he says "fuck."
You were talking about the one-liners annoying you. I think there's some good ones. There's the whole when he's shoveling dirt in the guy's face. I love
I
at the
did like
start
that.
when he's like,
No, yeah, they're
"You're leading two things right now, Jack and shit."
They're
Jack
defi-
just left town.
Yeah,
I like that.
but like even that one's kind of cringy. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, ugh. Like if someone said that to you, it'd just be like, ugh.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Hey, you're quoting Evil Dead."
No,
I mean, that's
okay,
just-
say that Evil Dead
yeah.
doesn't exist in this world, and Kyle Owen walks up to you and says that, you'd be like, ugh.
Kyle would never say that.
He certainly would.
I don't think he would.
It's like he's like a dad joke one
but
liner.
he
Well,
would
it would have
clean
to
it
be
up.
it would have to be in the right context. Because I mean, like he's just got to talk to a guy that's like, "I'm the leader of this and that and the other," and he's like, "Hey, Mr. Fancy Pants, you're leading two things right now, Jack and shit."
Kyle would totally say that,
I don't imagine Kyle saying that.
and
I'm
then
with
you would
Brian on
go
this one.
afterwards.
But
I don't
that's
know,
a-
like,
that's a-
I-
no, that's another one of those lines where I was like, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
but I
but
didn't laugh
But
at
you
it.
weren't like,
Yeah.
you were like, funny.
I mean, I'm sure, like,
Good
you
joke.
know, preteen me was like, ah. But, yeah.
I like that even preteen you is not that excited about it. You're just like,
Yeah.
"Ah."
I don't remember ever being super pumped on this movie.
I remember loving the shit out of it because it was one of the first comedy horrors I ever saw, and I love
Comedy horrors?
screwball
Comedy
comedies.
horrors.
And so this was like, oh my god, it's screwball comedy and horror in one.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's how
god.
you used to talk.
That's how I used to talk.
Oh my god, you
all the
sound like
time.
fucking Terrence and Philly.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, I have the McFarlane Movie Maniacs of Ash from this. And so like at
You
some
liked
point,
it.
yeah, at some point I was like, yeah, I like this, but like now I don't. I do not.
Well, for what it's worth, watching Evil Dead 1 and 2, this movie pales in comparison to
Yes.
them. Evil Dead 2, in my opinion, is like one of those near perfect movies when it comes to what it's trying to do. It is a horror comedy through and through. It is spooky and eerie, but at the same time, hilarious.
Yeah.
It's able to balance that in just the right degrees on both sides. And of course, the crazy camera work, the amazing Bruce Campbell, all of it works to the movie's benefit. And it just ends up, Evil Dead 2 just ends up being like a far better movie. But I don't think it's as interesting or as strange as Army of Darkness, and that's why I picked Army of Darkness, because I felt like this movie had a lot more weird things, a lot more risks it took, and a lot of things that did not pay off.
Yeah.
This movie, like, it was way under budget like 3 times, like, or over budget.
Under
like
budget.
Over
I mean, that
budget
would
like
also
3
make
times.
sense.
Yeah.
Where they were given like $8 million or something. That was like, oh no, we're gonna need way more. And they were given like another few $1 million, and they're like, no, we're gonna need even more. And it's like it just kept needing more money through each step of the process.
What
as
did they
things were
do
getting
with all
bigger
that
and
money?
crazy.
Bought more skeletons.
They rented out the castle for an extra 6 months or something.
Oh, that was a real castle.
Yeah, it was a real castle.
Oh,
They just filled it with a bunch of hay and
I thought it was
low-paid
a
actors.
set or something. Because
I'm pretty sure it was a real castle.
I
have
don't
no idea.
I don't know.
I don't think
know.
every part of it was real, but I think they actually like shot some stuff within a real castle for a while.
I don't know the difference between a
What does
real
it cost to
castle
rent
and
a castle?
I mean, probably millions, I'd imagine.
Okay.
Back in 1992, you could get it dirt cheap, probably.
Dirt cheap.
I mean, I doubt it that still then.
I don't know.
Like,
Castles suck. So does medieval times.
Also, I'm just making shit up. For all I know, it was all a set. I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
when
I
I look
don't-
at
yeah, I
it, it
don't
didn't
know.
look
I
like a
don't-
set. Some shots. didn't.
yeah.
Other shit definitely was shot on a stage, like
I
when
don't know,
they're
man.
throwing rocks at the walls and stuff, breaking down
Yeah.
doors.
I
They're
mean,
not
that was,
breaking down a real castle's
that
doors.
was definitely not a real castle door. I mean, it could have been, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how they react to. I don't. Never been in a castle.
I mean,
so-
I feel like they were probably made very strongly because they had to withstand battering rams and
That's
not
true.
rocks.
that's true.
So
and
like,
skeletons
yeah.
who don't even have muscles. How do skeletons even move?
Yeah, they don't even have anything. They have not. They're just a skeleton.
It's magic.
I love when the skeleton pops out of the coffin and he starts coughing, and it's
yeah.
like
What is he coughing?
it's like
Coughing.
Your mind go to fucking Pokemon? What?
What a fucking dork, dude.
What the?
You are a fucking dork. I can't deal with this shit.
What was that for?
I officially resigned from this podcast. I can't be involved in this bullshit.
Ugh. You're not
Brian,
missing much.
coughing.
Brian reads manga.
Hey.
I'm not gonna pronounce it correctly. Fuck you.
There's nothing wrong with that. I used
I
to
mean,
read
Shut up!
there
those.
kind of is, but I only read like good ones with samurai stuff.
Yeah, it's basically comic books, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I
but it's
read them
not.
when I used to read
But
comic
also,
books.
most of them are stupid.
Yeah,
Like most comic books.
I mean that's true.
That's
too.
a good
Yeah.
point.
That is a good point. No, I like comic books. I don't like manga. I'm not saying it correctly. Fuck you. I refuse to say it correctly. Manga.
Manja.
Manga. So, anyways, you guys want to round this bitch up?
Yeah, let's give them the. Oh wait, no. The one thing I still wanted to say.
Oh yeah. You have another thing.
There was a reference the Klaatu Barada or Klaatu
Oh.
Barada Nikto.
Star Wars shit.
No, Star Wars shit. It's Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh,
the,
God.
the
Okay.
sci-fi classic.
Star Wars shit. I mean, basically that's Star Wars shit. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anything
everything
with
is-
fucking space is Star Wars shit.
everything is
Anything that
Star
has to do
Wars
with anything that has to do with people from another.
Well, they do that.
You
shit- isn't
saying
that?
that makes me hate Star Wars so much more. If Star Wars has a monopoly on fucking space.
I mean, it does
Well,
basically.
no, those guys were fucking those characters in fucking Star Wars too? Because they were.
Yeah, I think. I mean, there's character names that sound familiar. At least I don't know if they're.
Yeah, Klaatu's the name of the guy in Day of the Earth Stood Still, and he says Klaatu Barada Nikto to tell his giant guard robot to stop.
I mean, I
zapping
like
people.
the Day of the Earth Stood Still. That's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
I don't know
I'm
about
a
that.
genuine big fan of Day of the
I
Earth
don't
Stood
know
Still.
if I would say great.
It's good though.
Pretty good.
It's better than this movie.
It's better than Star Wars.
Yeah.
Depends on which one.
All of them, except for the prequels, because those are the best.
God, you're gonna have a fucking heyday when we get to the prequels, aren't you?
What do you mean?
We're gonna have to do prequels at some point.
Yeah,
We're
we
fucking
won't.
back for
We
more.
already did a prequel.
Oh, I'm bringing. You better believe that I'm bringing one of the Star Wars prequels to this fucking podcast. Those are the only Star Wars movies that are allowed in this podcast, by the way.
Yeah,
None of the other ones are allowed.
which is fair. We knocked out a lot of like the main, like no T2, none of that kind of stuff.
Except for when it comes back to the theater in 3D, I think we should do T2.
Okay,
But that's different.
that's different. That's a different kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whole different kind of thing. I think the only mainstream stuff we'll ever do is like horror franchises.
Yeah.
But even then, those are like B movies anyway.
Yeah, for the most part. So yeah, anything else before we give this shit?
So
the
thumbs
shit-
up or
the
thumbs downs?
thumbs?
I think we already know where everyone's gonna end up.
Yeah, kind of. The system is kind of bullshit, but I mean, let's just do it.
Yeah.
It's a ritual at this point,
Yeah.
so we're just gonna keep doing it. Mike, how do you feel about this movie?
I give this movie a thumbs up. It's not the most sturdy and comfortable one, but it is one I would probably say tomorrow, the day after, etc. It's not the best in the franchise. There's a lot of problems with it, but it's a movie that I watch and I still laugh at. It's a movie I can recommend to preteens all across the world.
I mean, that's an accurate
Yeah.
description. You can recommend it to preteens.
And so I give it a thumbs up.
How many preteens do you know?
Yeah, yeah. Where is this going, Mike? What the fuck? What is this?
All those preteens that I meet every day, I'll recommend this movie to them.
Jesus. I would also recommend it to preteens. That's it. Everyone else, no. I would give it a thumbs down. I just, man, it's that medieval shit. Overall, I just think the concept's kind of boring and played out. I mean, for the series, it's not, but like in general, like I just think it's pretty played out. There's some cool stuff in there, but like it just doesn't compare to the second one, and even the second one I don't like that much. So that's just my favorite in the series. I still don't like it that much. So yeah, I don't know, man. The lines are cringy to me. Medieval times shit sucks. Fuck horses. Fuck armor. Fuck castles. Except for Castle Freak, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Thumbs down overall. What do you think, Brian?
Brian's the decider.
I'm a thumbs down too.
Aw.
I just
Damn.
don't. Basically everything that Dave just said,
Aw.
I pretty much agree with there. I just don't. Just did not. I
He
watched
just
it like
did
3
not.
times this week, and I don't remember half of it because I wasn't watching it because
Yeah.
it's so fucking boring.
It is just not interesting to me. I don't know.
I'm fine with it. I think you have to like this kind of movie to
You have
like
to
it.
like you were saying,
You have to
slapstick
be
stuff.
You have to be a
Slapstick
preteen.
stuff.
You just gotta be a preteen.
You gotta be into goofy shit and just like I don't know, goofy shit just has a time and a place for me, and that's not in
Medieval
a
times.
medieval horror movie. So
Yeah.
that's just I don't know, man. This is my opinion.
All right.
But
and
that's
it's
right.
rated R, so most kids like preteens shouldn't be watching
doesn't-
it without parental
I
guidance.
mean, I feel
anyway.
like this is perfectly fine for every single preteen that's ever existed.
Yeah.
There's one fuck, not even a full tit.
the areola is covered up, yeah,
Yeah,
but it's enough of a tit.
it's really not enough. It's just
It's
not.
not. Yeah. No.
It's not satisfying at all.
Just like to preteen Mike.
God, dude. What was your life like as a preteen?
Oh, it was a nightmare.
Oh, Jesus.
It was like trying to shit standing up. That was my whole preteen life, man.
Oh, what you know, another goddamn sequel show. Oh, what you know, another goddamn sequel show.